Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna cover some notes. The new patch notes just dropped for 3.27. So POE.db hasn't really updated much. So we don't know everything, but we know a lot. And usually when patch notes drop like this, they don't nerf ascendancies or things or skills anymore because kind of set in stone here. All right, so I don't know. I mean, yeah, a lot of new changes. Could mean some new top dogs. I have no idea, but what I do know is the same thing I played last league, which was a very competent Baldo map farmer. Some of the hardest content in the game. I'm not. I haven't dived too deep. I'm just gonna do a brief summary of what I assume to be true from the patch notes. Is that Molten Strike is untouched. Federal is untouched. Well, it was already nerfed last league. Usually you don't get nerfed twice in a row. More importantly, Resolute Technique and Precise Technique are untouched, meaning you don't have to gear for res accuracy on your gear, and that gives you 40% more damage. You sacrifice crit. Yeah, you can't lean into the assassins and all that crit, but I don't like crit, generally speaking. It's just that you need to invest in a stat that doesn't really increase your defense in any way. And when you have EE, well, that allows you to skill a defensive stat that also increases your offense at the same time. Most insane thing about it. One step ahead untouched. It's hard to learn. And I don't know if the new currents can get you even more ES on your gear. I have no idea, but I always set a target by some kind of end game is about 10k ES. When you have 10k ES, you are very tanky, and then certain mechanics you can exploit or dive into that would make you unbelievably tanky. Oh wait, there was also an energy shield. It was actually energy shield, energy leech, I think, gem nerf, which is basically when not on full ES, you don't get, You don't get the damage. You don't get the. It's actually a buff for, right? Because it used to be while leeching, which is all the time on Trickster. It's now only on full ES, right? Now I assume like that's not gonna change all that much. Okay. All right, and also Aegis Aurora untouched, right? So you can do the whole. Right. So I'm assuming these are all true. I'll verify the Aegis Aurora by doing an Aegis. It is not found, so we can safely assume that it has not been touched. All right, so okay, back to here. There are some nerfs. Soul Drinker, you don't get a 20% attack speed while leeching energy shield, which is good because Trickster always leeching energy shield. So that's 20% IS. And then one step ahead used to be 108. It's not 18 is 8. I'm sorry. Right? You are capped at this one's actually more complicated. So, but the reason why one step ahead is really good, even though it doesn't look like that great on paper, is the utility it provides. I mean, you can't get petrified, you cannot get slowed, chilled, all that shit. I mean, now you will get slowed a bit instead of a completely like unbreakable, unconditional 8% movement and attack cast speed. Now you get slowed hard, you'll be reduced down to 10%. So it's kind of annoying. But it's utility, I feel that was really important, as in like, you don't get petrified on Baldos, and you don't get chilled down to like moving like nothing. Because once you lose your attack speed, and you can't leech back, you might be on the way to death. So it hurts to lose 28 IS, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Just overall, you just have 28% less attack. Let me just turn off Carney's kind of like bothering me. It does hurt. It does hurt. It does hurt. I mean, it's 20, not it's 28% IAS basically, right? You can well, at the worst case, actually, you're gonna lose 38 if you get chilled and you're not. Yeah, I mean, it's that does suck because you usually when you're in like those hard volatiles, they're sticking every like ailment under the sun on you. But you know, that's the fun part is to deal with it because it was pretty strong last league, no joke, right? I mean, and in the end game, in character from last league, I've already mauled in 28% reduced attack speed. You take it on, take it off. You go from 9.7, 8.8. Yeah, that's not a good thing. But now with a new, what if you have adrenaline? No, I mean, and you can get 1040 rage, right? I mean, you know, like it hurts, but you make up for it in certain ways. It'd be more like you drop adrenaline 30, and then you take away this. It's 12. Now you move up to 40. You have adrenaline, and then you have this. What? Oh, okay, 40 adrenaline, but you have minus 28%. 28% reduced attack speed. You know, like it's kind of a wash. I don't know. To rebalance it, basically to make up to get back to where you were last league, where this was last league, you could just basically it's worse because you're basically it's conditional now. But where is it? Here it is. Where is it? Where is it? Nope. Where is the wait? Where's your tendencies? Here. It's pretty interactive, right? You don't want this as life-based. Oh, there we go. Plus 20? Does that mean you get 50 raid total? Yeah, I do think so. Oh, let's do this, right? Plus, huh? There we go. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that looks stronger to me. It was 13 mil, I think, unconditional, and now it's 16 mil, somewhat conditional. The thing is with Molten Strike, no, it doesn't matter what skill it is, does it? It doesn't. Yeah, you don't get like a shit ton of rage, but like, I mean, every 0.5 seconds, right? But then you have 2 on attack hit. You can get like other sources of gain on attack hit, and I mean, that's a lot of rage. I don't know. When I'm playing a game, I feel like I don't know. This looks pretty good to me. The way I see it is, yeah, you have a ramping function on your, like your rage will go up and down like crazy, but you also have perma adrenaline. I would think it's perma. Like if you have 50 rage, right? It's 5 seconds of adrenaline. You will get back 50 rage in 5 seconds. So it's not really this. It's a fluctuating, hard to measure. You'll go from 0 to 50, really, right? You'll go from 0 to 16. So we could say it's an average function of basically 13 mil, which is basically like if you just do this. Oh wait, no. Yeah, so it's a wash, right? Basically, before you'd be stacked at perma rage, which is 30 all the time. and that would give you like 12, and now you're averaging 13. So it's kind of a minor buff in that sense. Now, unless I'm missing anything else about anything, like this is pretty much all it needs to be, all you need to know about it. I'm assuming you can't pick a lot of these, right? You only get basically, oh, you have to trade off one of your previous Trickster. But Tricksters, what did I get before? Wait, you have to trade off one of them, right? And we don't know all of them yet, right? So life cost, no, can't do that, can't do that. This is pretty dumb. Can't use Mage Blood. Come the fuck on. All right. Yeah. So what was the? Let's review. What was the Soul Drinker? The most important line here is that it's not removed. That's huge. That is huge. Okay. So it looks like it's a nerf because that you have to trade. Am I right to think that you have to trade off one of your ascendancies for that? Like 2 points for this? I think. Surely they're not going to let you just tack on 2 more, right? But this is a huge, like, when you compare having this and not having this, right? Compared to, let's say, but like, polymath is nice because it's just a flat 16% more, right? It's really nice that way. You reach endgame. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like, whatever. Yeah, that's a nerf here. Escape arts has not changed. This is... You know? There's a... Truly, the one step ahead is really important. Yeah, Soul Drinker is too good, though. The fact that your leech never gets turned off is pretty good. This is really good too. It's not just, man. And I remember lastly, what you would do is this one. I mean, when you get to end game, if you have FF for Shrapnel Specialist, you take off returning projectile support. It will do a lot of good for you. Does anything else change? I forget. There's a lot of changes to the crit, but opportunistic was buffed, I believe. Yeah. It's not third. You're even tankier in that sense. So, what's changed? Nothing, right? I mean, you lose a lot of attack speed. That's the shitty part, but holy, got that far. Jesus Christ. But anyway, since I'm doing other shit, I'm programming and stuff, I don't want to play as hard as I did before, but you still want to play because POE1 is just so much fun. I mean, doesn't change. Not change. There's just many ways to scale your damage. Many, many ways. And I will certainly go for natural affinity. This one is actually pretty good. I mean, I didn't know why I didn't take this earlier. Natural affinity is a very nice jewel. Just put it anywhere you want. Gives you more. I mean, yeah, you move slower, but, you got to pay a price for being super tanky, never dying, and big damage. Opportunistic is good. You have many choices, I think, for this one. This is a good part. You're not stuck with one. So the price increases are not as severe, and hopefully the nerfs to Trickster again might dissuade people from playing it. I don't know. Again, the trick is, can you get a good ephemeral edge? Because the stupid the Rezo Technique version is the corrupt. You gotta get lucky with that. Before you get to there, you have to play with the accuracy. That's sure, whatever. Just end game. And you want consistency of damage. You want consistent everything. I think RT is still just too good. You don't have to scale crit. Just generic scale other stuff. Just scale your just generic. I mean, again, the little secret sauce I like to put in, but it's not even here. When you go mid game, is to get eye to eye and repeater, which generally scale like. If there's other skills that have the same behavior as Molten Strike, then that'd be cool too. But also a case for like you might want to go. I don't know, Energy Blade. They did buff crit so much that you could use that crit and use Molten Strike the Zenith. I don't know, but that would be not. Wouldn't you just rather play Jug? The nice thing about Trickster is that it ramps very smoothly. You playing ES, which to my knowledge has not really been nerfed at all. The base items for that for necrotic armor is warlock. You know, once you get the good stuff here, it's fun to ramp a single stat like ES, which is a combination of just life and damage. And yeah, once you get past 10k, I believe like you start becoming nigh unkillable, but not unkillable. Then you want to target 90 all res, which is done with the mage blood. So generally speaking, with the progress is usually get to end game, then you try to number one is you target a mage blood, Voice of the Storm for damage, Aegis Aurora. These items are all very good, whatever you can get. And I'm gonna review some of the videos of last league's league start. We did pretty well. I don't know if I'm gonna play that hard though. Take it easy and slow is better, I think. It's not really a race. Oh, well, it can be a race. I don't know. Yeah, I really played hard last league to get the mage blood early. And I don't know, will we see new of all those maps? We new submissions. I'm looking forward to that. Those are really fun. So, you know, again, whatever you feel about this belt is just too good because of the utility it gives you. Gargantuan amount of move speed, attack speed, a gargantuan amount of. If they don't, this thing might need a, you know, the, what is it called? The enkindling orbs that modify the flasks that give it that 70% the increase effect. Okay, like this just the mage bypasses all the downsides of that, and I mean, whatever. They didn't change it. Did they change it? They didn't change it. If they changed mage blood, people would talk about it. It will be a very, of course. This item is, of course, the cheat code for the game. You get one, it's like now you can run hard content like crazy. As always, a strategy for every league I found is it's okay to get the corrupted version for 2 flasks. They are priced pretty cheap usually. I think it's around like 30 to 50 div. One of the best purchases early on. It gives you the 2 flasks for move speed and attack speed. Then later on, you move on to getting like there's all kinds of variations. You just try to min max the max res. Is very good. When you have this is a very min-max character, I think, for what I played it for. But Aegis Aurora gets you a big head start on the max cold res, and I believe you try melding of the flesh. Where's melding? No, this one doesn't have melding because it's already moved on to Sublime Vision. But if you don't have Sublime Vision, use melding. With melding is a more common item. This is extremely expensive, of course. You get melding, and then with melding, you can get 90 all res pretty easily. And with that, then you move on to like those Volos map with insane damage coming in. And I don't know, one man I've mentioned that the Feared have been nerfed in the sense that Atsiri will not be part of the group. Atsiri was by far the most dangerous Ghosted Feared of all of them. Number 2 was probably Shaper, the one with the Hadoukens. Chaylo is always a joke. The other Ubers are just whatever. If they remove Atsiri from that group, was someone else replacing her? It's a huge change because her flame blasts are just nigh undodgeable when she's ghosted. She's like the wrong mods. She has insane attack speed, cast speed, whatever you want to call it. Just those flame blasts are almost like insta pops. And unless you have like a gargantuan amount of energy shield. You just get knocked out in one hit, and now that's gone. So then the strat will be just same as last league. You just get to the end game, get tanky enough over 10k, maybe start running some Valdos for certain uniques that are in high demand. Play the Valdo map market. Guaranteed profit. That is, you don't have to rely on RNG. You don't have to rely on lucky drops to fund your build. Your build will ramp slowly or fast. I mean, over time, you'll get lucky with some things, unlucky with others. The basis of it is just that hopefully people are just playing other builds to have fun. And this one stays extremely strong defensively and offensively because there are a lot of variations on clear to screen in cool ways, but not that many variations on stack. A single stat that increases both your ES and your like your life ES whatever and your offensive stat. The closest thing I thought was really cool was that One Mana Left was playing whatever One Mana Left is playing. I would follow. Just his builds require a lot more investment. Sometimes like you have build like armor stackers and the ones he's playing that may not have as smooth of a ramp. For me, a smooth ramp is very important. The mid game is important. I usually don't want to play that hard. And once you get late game, you can play too. But I mean, like mid game is important too. And early on in the league, you can get inflation will come in later. But these people running the leveling services are there, and if you can amass some divines earlier, you can get the level 100 for free. It is a huge power boost to get to 100. Make no joke, the last remaining skill points, when you come on with cluster jewels, give you a massive boost in power because near the end of the game, each node is like a 2%. No, I'm sorry, a 3% increase. That's for one level. A 3% increase in overall power. And energy shield is, well, not that huge, but it all adds up. This is end game stuff, though. The point being that mid game is important, if you have the time to play. But Soul Drinker, Reason Pictures is for Valdos, one step ahead. Soul Drinker are really good escape artists. Who doesn't want escape artist? You get free energy shield nodes. These are all very good. These are passives are worth something. And you don't need crit. You scale defense and you scale offense. And yeah, what's really changed? I mean, has Hearts ever been buffed? It's Heartstopper. Still useless. The problem is you don't want to take spike damage. I mean, it's not useless. It's just because it's just a spin on taking less damage. Yes, you would never want to take this, I believe, over opportunistic. So, just my feeling about it. I'm unsure on how this really works, whether you can believe. There's no details here. Is it a case of you have to use 2 of your points to get into here? I would think so. But if not, this one's the best for sure. Again, these chances of not happening, I hate these skills because then you can't depend on it. Like marriage. You want like something that will never ever fail on you. That's the only way to do hard content. Like randomly popping and dying because your thing wasn't active is just so annoying. So I mean, this is pretty good too, huh? I mean, spells could be an interesting variation. I don't know. I mean, you have spells and energy blade. I don't know. There's a lot of interesting combinations. The main thing is that I think Trickster remains strong. I mean, oh wait, spells you have to play Battle Mage, right? You have to play the Battle Mage thing. So, no idea about that one. Sorry. Just I've tried builds that have a variation on the Trickster. They were crit based, but then when you go crit based, you have to deal with accuracy, and it's just the spread in stats becomes like kind of unmanageable to me. When you get like the consistency of lucky damage, always get lucky damage There's no distinction between crit and non-crit. It's always the same kind of damage. 40% flat more. The consistency and the defensive power is just unbeatable in my mind. You just don't randomly pop anymore. You see your deaths coming usually. You can manage a situation tactically. You don't get random spikes of this and that. The idea is always you want to manage the spikes and not pop like by surprise. And the only way to do that is just have a huge pool and to do consistent damage that you can rely on. So your leech is also constant, and your leech is like fueling your your sustain HP. It's like it makes you like nigh unkillable, and getting 90 all res is a massive defensive like boost. You get armor base, so that means small hits won't even phase you. There's just too many like it has no holes basically. The idea is to neutralize all the things that are coming towards you, all the conditionals, to neutralize all of them, and to build kind of like an overall tank that has really nothing to be afraid of. And it hasn't really changed. The biggest changes are the increased attack speed nerfs, and and you get some buffs in terms opportunistic got buffed, and you might get some kind of cool plays with the rage nodes, but I'm not sure if you want to give up anything on a trickster node, anything on a trickster tree for that. Honestly, even after nerfs, you still want Soul Drinker because the cool thing was though that there was the coolest play designed from I believe it was Jungron, the cleverest thing where like if you were to set because this one says what? Right. All it goes to armor, right? And you take I forgot what it was, but I believe it's this node. Which keystone was it? This one. Gotta move this. Wait, not acrobatics. This one, Ghost Dance, right? So basically, as long as you keep your, what is it? Your armor to be less than your max energy shield, then essentially you get the effect of Soul Drinker for free. It's a cool play, can make mid game for sure, because you're gaining the massive benefit of. But the 2 damage leads to energy shield is not bad either, right? I'm saying like what was the first node you get? I think it was Swift Killer for sure. You want Swift Killer at the beginning, mid game, early game you want Swift Killer because that one's just huge if you play those frenzy charge like type things. Swift Killer, yeah, and then you lose a minus 20%. But I tell you what. If the nerf to Spellbreaker the nerf to Spellbreaker deters people from playing Trickster even better, right? So, but again, the cool thing about this one is that you get the recharge to start when you suppress spell. Now that's huge, right? But you don't need it. That style is basically don't get hit very often. This style is get hit all the time, and leverage the reflexes and Aegis Aurora to get ES on block. Again, I like block very much for the build. Block gives you shields are really strong, I believe. It makes you really tanky. The shield makes you very very. The block chance is just insane. I mean, it's really